Chapter 1, The Beginning, May 2nd, 2023. It was a warm spring evening in Las Vegas, the city that never sleeps. The neon lights of the famous strip illuminated the night sky as crowds of people filled the sidewalks, eager to experience the thrill of the casinos. Among them, however, were two individuals with a different agenda altogether. Max and Sarah, both in their mid-30s, blended seamlessly into the bustling crowds. They had arrived in Las Vegas a week earlier, posing as tourists looking for a good time. But behind their casual demeanor lay a meticulously crafted plan. A plan that would make them infamous in the annals of cybercrime. Chapter 2, The Plan, June 10th, 2023. In a dimly lit apartment on the outskirts of the city, Max and Sarah, two seasoned hackers, sat hunched over their laptops, devising a plan that would change their lives forever. They had spent months meticulously studying the security systems of one of the largest casinos in Vegas, aiming to exploit its vulnerabilities and siphon millions of dollars from its digital coffers. Max, with his unrivaled expertise in cryptography, had cracked the casino's encryption algorithms, while Sarah, a master of social engineering, had gathered valuable intel on the casino's employees and their routines. Together, they formed a formidable team, each complementing the other's skills with effortless precision, as they pored over blueprints and schematics, mapping out every detail of their heist. A sense of exhilaration washed over them. They knew the risks were high, but the potential rewards were too tempting to resist. With a final keystroke, they sealed their fate and set their plan in motion. Chapter 3, The Execution, July 18th, 2023. Under the cover of darkness, Max and Sarah infiltrated the casino's network, their fingers dancing across the keyboards with practiced precision. They bypassed firewalls, cracked encryption codes, and gained access to the casino's financial databases. With each click, they drew closer to their target, a staggering $100,000 jackpot. The adrenaline coursing through their veins fueled their determination as they navigated through layers of digital security. They encountered unexpected obstacles along the way, but they remained undeterred, adapting their strategy on the fly with the finesse of seasoned professionals. Hours turned into minutes as they neared their goal, the glow of their monitors casting eerie shadows across the room. And then finally they reached the moment of truth. With a series of swift commands, they initiated the transfer of funds, their hearts pounding in anticipation as the numbers on the screen soared into the millions. Chapter 4, The Heist, August 5th, 23. As dawn broke over the desert horizon, Max and Sarah initiated the final phase of their plan. They transferred the stolen funds to offshore accounts, covering their digital tracks with layers of encryption. By the time the casino's security team realized what had happened, it was too late. The hackers had vanished into the digital ether. Panic swept through the corridors of power as news of the unprecedented cyber heist spread like wildfire. The casino's owners were left reeling, their once impenetrable fortress breached by two individuals armed with nothing but laptops and determination. But amidst the chaos, Max and Sarah remained calm and collected, basking in the glow of their success. They had pulled off the ultimate heist, outsmarting the best minds in the business and walking away with a fortune beyond their wildest dreams. Chapter 5, The Manhunt, September 20th, 2023. As news of the daring cyber heist reverberated across the country, the FBI sprang into action, launching one of the largest manhunts in its history. The Bureau mobilized its resources, assembling a crack team of agents tasked with tracking down Max and Sarah at any cost. The investigation began with a thorough analysis of the digital footprint left behind by the hackers. Cyber forensic experts scoured through mountains of data, tracing the origin of the hack and piecing together clues that would lead them to the perpetrators. Every byte of information was scrutinized, every lead pursued with relentless determination. Meanwhile, field agents fanned out across the country, conducting interviews, surveilling known associates, and following up on tips from concerned citizens. Wanted posters featuring Max and Sarah's faces were plastered on billboards, bus stops, and street corners, turning them into the most recognizable fugitives in America. But as the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, the trail grew cold. Max and Sarah had vanished without a trace, leaving behind only whispers and speculation in their wake. The manhunt seemed destined to end in frustration, a sobering reminder of the elusive nature of cybercrime in the digital age. Chapter 6, The Chase, October 12th, 2023. For months, Max and Sarah remained one step ahead of the authorities, eluding capture as they crisscrossed the globe. From remote hideaways in Eastern Europe to bustling metropolises in Asia, they stayed on the move, always one step ahead of the law. But the relentless pursuit took its toll, and cracks began to appear in their carefully constructed facade. They found themselves constantly looking over their shoulders, paranoid that every stranger they encountered could be an undercover agent. Yet despite the mounting pressure, they refused to give up hope. They had come too far to turn back now, and they were determined to see their plan through to the end, no matter the cost. Chapter 7, The Capture, November 28, 2023. But just when it seemed like all hope was lost, a breakthrough finally came. Acting on a tip from an anonymous source, FBI agents discovered Max and Sarah holed up in a nondescript apartment in the heart of Barcelona. The fugitives had been living under assumed identities, their faces hidden behind sunglasses and baseball caps, as they attempted to blend into the bustling crowds of the city. The scene that unfolded on the streets of Barcelona was straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster. SWAT teams descended on the apartment building, surrounding it from all sides as negotiators attempted to coax Max and Sarah out peacefully. But the hackers were not about to go down without a fight, barricading themselves inside and refusing to surrender. After hours of tense negotiations, the SWAT teams finally made their move, breaching the apartment door with explosive force. What followed was a chaotic melee as agents stormed the building, their guns drawn and adrenaline pumping as they searched for the elusive fugitives. And then, in a moment of dramatic climax, Max and Sarah were cornered in a dimly lit hallway, their escape route cut off by a phalanx of determined agents. With nowhere left to run, they raised their hands in surrender, their faces a mix of defiance and resignation as they realized that their days on the run were finally over. As they were escorted out of the building in handcuffs, the world watched in awe as the masterminds behind the $100,000 casino hack were finally brought to justice. It was a moment of triumph for the FBI, a testament to the tireless dedication of the agents who had worked tirelessly to track down the most wanted cyber criminals in the country. And as Max and Sarah were led away to face the consequences of their actions, the world breathed a collective sigh of relief, knowing that justice had been served. Epilogue. The case of Max and Sarah, the FBI's most wanted casino hackers, captivated the world with its audaciousness and intrigue. Their story served as a cautionary tale about the perils of cybercrime in the digital age, and their arrest marked a significant victory for law enforcement in the ongoing battle against online fraud and theft. And as the sun set over the Las Vegas skyline, the city breathed a sigh of relief, knowing that justice had been served. But for Max and Sarah, the consequences of their actions were only just beginning. As they faced the prospect of spending the rest of their lives behind bars, they could only wonder if it had all been worth it in the end.